Good evening, everybody. Hi, how are you? Hey, YouTube, how y'all doing? We're back tonight with another edition of our Stories from the Nook. I'm so excited to bring on this amazing member with me because she does something almost a little bit completely different than what some of our other stories of the Nook. So, a lot of our stories of the Nooks are well, they're all creatives, and Tanya's a creative as well, but they all have something that they kind of make, like they're makers. And Tanya's a little bit different, although there's a little maker side to her as well. But she's a little bit different because she's actually in the resale side of her business. And so we're going to get into that tonight and talk about. And this is a side that I know a little bit about. I used to have a multi-vendor market. And so I know a little bit on that side, but I have a feeling the level that she's taking at is almost completely new to me. So I'm going to welcome to the stage Miss Tawnya. Hi, Tawnya. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. We're definitely live because I see our friends here. If you guys are joining us for the live experience on YouTube, or even if you're watching on replay, I would love to see your comments and just say who you are, where you're from. If you have a business or a YouTube channel, we'd love to support you. Just like you support us, so you're welcome to drop that in the chat as well. Tawnya, why don't you give them an introduction, who you are, what you do, and all that jazz.
I am Tawnya Butler. I'm owner of Blue Jay Vintage. My husband and I paint furniture. We have antique booths. We do Etsy, Poshmark. We do all the resale stuff and trying to monetize all of our social medias at the same time.
All right, good. So we were talking about that before we were live. So you're technically monetized on Facebook, but we were talking about it's not very consistent, like on the monetization side of it. So y'all, we're trying to build our YouTube, and in the up in the description is her link for her YouTube. So you can definitely like show her some love and give her some love on her YouTube later on. We would greatly appreciate that. You can find her at Bluebird Vintage. And there's some more after that. I'll get the link.
Blue Jay Vintage.
Is it just Bluebird? I thought there was a number after it. Maybe there's not. But anyways, you guys, you can get that. Actually, I'm gonna kind of get our YouTube channel right here. There's a whole bunch. The name of it. I'm gonna post the channel right here in the comments, so you guys don't have to look for it. But if you guys want to follow her, that would be amazing. So, social media, we're working. We know Facebook is monetized. That was mainly for like DIY stuff, right? Like crafty DIY stuff, recycle, upcycle, all of that. Okay. And we're working on YouTube, getting the content over there. Right?
Yes. So everything I've done so far, I'm repurposing and putting over there.
Good. Awesome. And you are not one that's ventured off into my normal world of like courses, tutorials, memberships, digital, right? Yeah, none. No.
Yes.
Like,
no.
Have you done a little bit of it? No?
I did some Zoom classes, like especially during COVID. Even my store, my antique booth, I almost feel like I'm babysitting, and I just really don't want to do any of that.
Everybody. You're not lying on that. Some of us like to be professional babysitters. I like being a babysitter. I'm okay being a babysitter. Okay. But I love that you know your direction. So
yes.
Why don't you tell me about this resale business? Because I come from the day, I mean, I started on eBay years ago when eBay was like really cool, like what, 2001-ish, 2002. I used to sell anything snail related. I hate snails, y'all. But people are slugs and snails. They love that stuff. And help pay for college, like paid for. I used to sell finger puppets and all kinds of weird stuff on there. So how long have you been on eBay?
I've been on like 30 years, but as a business, I started it seriously about 2020 during COVID.
Okay. All right. And how has that market been for you?
It's been good. It's been good. It was a great way to supplement when our booths were closed, when we didn't have any money coming in. There was 2 months that our store was closed. So I had to figure something out.
Yeah.
I was still working full time at that time.
Okay.
So I started in 2017, just painting furniture. That's all I wanted to do. Just paint furniture.
Yeah.
And then started retailing paint, so I had to find a place to sell it. So I just thought I'm going to paint some hutches, throw them in a booth, and then they're just going to fly off the shelf. And then I realized that whole side is like a whole separate beast, trying to figure out that. So
yeah.
and
Yeah,
then,
it's tough. That business is tough because you're in somebody else's store. And so the marketing, you're dependent, even though you can do a little bit of your own local marketing, you're still kind of sort of dependent upon somebody else to be there, to open the doors, to help your customers. You can't be there 24/7, right? That's why you run to booth.
And there's 300 other vendors in this store that I'm competing with to try and get attention. So it's, getting them in the door is half the battle, and then making sure my booth is cohesive enough for them to want to step in.
Okay. So you ventured off during COVID into the eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, Depop. I want to hear about this in a minute. You got to tell me. I don't know what Depop is.
So it's just like Poshmark. It's just a totally different group, different crowd, different price points.
Okay. Is it clothing?
It is, yeah.
Excuse me.
Bless you. So it's mostly clothing, purses, shoes. Poshmark is where I put everything. And then I have learned about automation to where I can trickle those listings I post will go to my other places, Etsy, eBay, Depop.
Okay.
So I list it once, and then my bot sends it over to all the rest of them.
Oh, I love that. So you're using, you don't need to give your secrets away, but you're using a little AI technology.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you know what I love about this, you guys, as a business coach, y'all already know, if you guys tune in, my gears are turning. Because you know what my next question is going to be. So let's see if you can get my next question, Tawnya.
It's something technical, I'm sure.
Me? Technical? What would give you that idea? Tawnya.
So I did Poshmark for like 3 months without a bot because I was so intimidated that I didn't even want to try it. And I just flatlined the whole time. So it kind of was I had to jump in and learn it.
So why wouldn't you sell a course to other Poshmark sellers on how to do the same thing?
That's now that I'm getting all these other streams of revenue going and kind of automated, that's where my mind is going next.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure, because I'm sitting here going, if you're not going to monetize this, I'm going to. I've been wanting to sell on Poshmark. I have a pile set. I buy a lot on Poshmark because I don't really like to buy anything new. And I love the brand Anthropology, and it's just really expensive. And I'm not spending $120 for a pair of pants, so I'm just not. And but I have a pile of stuff that I'm like, oh, this is Poshmarkable. I've been saying that for about 5 years now.
Yes, that would be very good. I mean, I can put everything I've figured out and learned all in one place where I've learned it in all different areas.
Yeah. So let's talk money, because I'm all about money. So how do you find the items for Poshmark? Because I mean, I got a whole like IKEA bags for 5 years of IKEA bags of stuff that I'm going to put on Poshmark one day. Okay. So how do you find stuff?
I started in my own house, my own closet, my husband's clothes, my mother-in-law's clothes. I started with that. Once it kind of started going, I went to the thrift stores. Thrift stores are kind of expensive though. I mean, they want like $15 for a shirt. I could probably get 20 for. So then I started finding wholesale mystery boxes and pallets, and I would order those. I just got a 50 pounds in today that it works out for 77 pieces. It costs me $2.14.
Shut up.
So I have no control over the style, the sizes, or anything. But you can't find that at a thrift store. So once I realized.
So on this mystery box, let's call it a box. Let's say the box is $100. What is your return on investment on a $100 investment?
So the one I was working on today, oh God, I need my calculator to figure this out. Let me see.
I mean, is it like I would hope you're doing more than double your money on $100.
Oh yeah.
I hope so.
It would be about $1,500.
Shut up. But that's not counting your time. And it takes
No.
time to take the pictures and upload the
Yes.
products.
Yes.
Shut the front door.
I have kind of gotten a schedule to where I will order a box and get it once a month. And then I will spend 2 or 3 days taking the pictures and keeping all the drafts. And then the rest of the week, I am just kind of sprinkling it out. I will do my research and do my keywords and then sprinkle a little bit out. So I always have something ready to go into my Poshmark.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sitting here, you know, I live in the state where people come to die in Florida. And people come here to die, y'all, because of taxes. But our thrift stores are cheap. Like I can get a pair of pants at Goodwill that are like, well, you know, it takes time to like look through them all. But I mean, I can get like a pair of like Ralph Lauren's or Tommy Hilfiger or INC for like $4.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
not
really
bad,
good.
right? I'm sitting here thinking, man, these like 900 bags of IKEA that I have sitting in my guest room, I'm sitting on some money.
Well, and then kind of figuring out what is selling. Like, I forget, Miss Me jeans. They have all the rhinestones and the lace and things like that. They go in cycles. So I'll buy a whole bunch of mystery boxes that are just those. And right now they're sitting, they're not selling. So keeping up and seeing what has sold. Like that's also a monthly trend that I have to do.
Right. Everything is wide leg pants now, right?
Right.
Everything is wide. Thank God for the girls with legs and hips like me. I have never been so excited in my life to actually buy pants that fit. Like I'm so excited about it. Yes. I hope it never goes away. I hope I look like a hippie the rest of my life. So, okay. So that's really good. How many of these mystery boxes do you buy a month?
2, usually 2. That's about all I can handle right now. I am trying, I have a storage unit that's waiting for me to move from my house to my storage unit. So I've got to straighten that up a little bit first because I have 700 items listed on Poshmark right now. And it's all right here. Like I'm using my tote as a desk. So I've got to get out of my house so I can expand.
So 700 items. How many like sales a day do you make?
At least 2.
Okay, so that's 60 sales a month. That's not bad. That's actually good, y'all. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
And Poshmark is an amazing site because there's a lot of really cool in it, like automations and stuff. So as a buyer, I can only talk about the buyer because I've never sold on there, obviously. I'm thinking I might make mystery boxes of my Anthropologie stuff.
Yeah.
And sell mystery boxes.
On Poshmark alone, there's a whole wholesale side also. So not just the selling side, but
like a bundle or a lot, because the thought of like just the thought of like taking picture one each individual thing.
And then measuring everything and then putting your keywords in. It is a whole ordeal. Like I don't understand the people that do it just for fun.
Yeah, but I'm also kind of wondering, I have a 16-year-old that needs gas money. And I'm kind of wondering if maybe, but anyways, okay. So on the buyer side, as a buyer on Poshmark, like I will add something to my cart because I'm like, okay, I like that, but I'm going to keep shopping to see if there's something else that like I like better or is cheaper or whatever. And then if I don't check out within an hour or 2, I usually get an offer that'll come back and say, hey, we'll give you like 10%. And I'm not waiting because really the fear of missing out. There's only one of that and it could sell at any moment. I'm not waiting for the discount offer, but that has happened before. And I'm like, well, that's freaking cool. So
my bot, well, I have it set up to where it'll automatically, when somebody likes it or shares it, it will automatically send them an offer. That's where I get 90% of my sales.
Yeah. I mean, I think there are people like me who are super cheap and we're waiting for that deal. But I don't really, if there's something that I want, I just click buy. Just like I found like the pants I want. I'm like, I don't need no special deal. I need them like tomorrow. So like that. So what do you plan on doing with this project? Do you just want to keep expanding it and building and building and building? Or is there a point where you like level off?
I'm thinking once I get to 1,000, I'm just going to consistently keep 1,000. I think that's good. I don't want to be doing 10 and 20 items a day. I want just, 4 to 5 items a day. That's easy to
Okay.
pack. And then I still have my whole day to do what I want.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So how many hours a day do you dedicate to the resale thing with like listing, taking photos, shipping out, all of that?
Between all of the platforms with Etsy and eBay and my own website, it's probably 6 to 8 hours.
Okay. So it's a full-time job.
It is.
And you had made the comment before that during COVID, you were still working. I'm assuming you're not working anymore.
No, I quit in 2021. I was having some health issues, and this was always my exit plan. It just happened a little sooner than I thought.
Okay.
But
what do you like? So for me, I'm in such a digital world, right? Like I'm all about like digital and whatnot. This is definitely, y'all, I hear this and I totally see a master class on how to sell on Poshmark. Like I know that there are classes out there already. I know that there's stuff already out there, but you you already have an audience in the creative world, of which we know as creative business owners sometimes struggle, like more struggle than not. And they're always looking for other streams of revenue, right? Like I actually just got a thing tonight that there's this group of people doing some multi-level marketing thing on YouTube. And like, I'm like, huh, what? Yeah, I know, right? Like I'm intrigued too. I was like, how? Like, how is that possible? But I'll figure that out later. So get to 1,000. Is that all together or is that just on Poshmark?
That's just on Poshmark.
Okay.
My eBay, I've kind of like let it go. I don't post every day. It's whenever I go out and I find something that's really worth something. I am learning.
So your eBay is different. Like you have different items on eBay than you have on Depop, Etsy, or do you have different items on Etsy too? Because
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So like Etsy is like the handmade stuff and vintage purses. I have kind of found a niche there, beaded vintage purses. All of them go there first.
Okay. Vintage beaded purses. I'm going to say I am typically drawn to those in the stores. Like when I go to an antique store, but they're really pricey. Yeah. And I'm afraid that my dogs would probably eat them. And they look like something a dog would eat, right? They're heavy. They're really beautiful. Okay, so you found a little niche in Etsy. You have your little niche on eBay. You got your little niche on Poshmark. And now, Serena, your amazing business coach is going to make you build a course.
I have been thinking about it. A course I think would be great because I could, set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Maybe do a group that I could just pop in and pop out. We're kind of on this verge where we want to start traveling. So I would have to put some of that on hold where I wouldn't be able to ship it out. So I got to figure out something else to bring money in.
How do you transition from, it's hard. I mean, I've done it. It's called Depop. So I just put that, and somebody had asked in the comments, what is the pop platform? I said the same thing, Mary. Midwest Mary, I said the same thing, girlfriend.
Depop.
Like, what is your strategy, like in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Because I hear all the shipping and I'm already shut down, which is why honestly, the pictures, I think I could have fun with that. I think I could probably have fun with the listings, but to me, the shipping part of it,
I am lucky I have a lot of help with my husband, especially the breakable stuff. He used to work for FedEx, so he is also home with me. So he does a lot of the shipping. The clothes is easy. I have a system where it's a number. I pull the bag, I stick it in an envelope. They send me the shipping label and I ship it off.
Yeah, Poshmark does all that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I do like that about Poshmark. I wonder if I can get my kid a job this summer. I'd like to get rid of these bags in my house. Although sometimes like, let me just donate it and call it a day. Let me just.
But if you break it down, it'd be very easy to get $10 for almost anything. I mean, I've never sold anything less than that. So it just depends on if it's even better or something. then
Yeah, if I think I was only going to get $10 for it, I think I would just donate it.
if it's a pricier item that is more people want,
Well,
that's where you start.
everybody thinks their stuff is worth more than it is.
Yes.
Which
And
is why I'm sitting in bags in my bedroom.
I have learned some of these names because I don't buy. When I was working, I wore scrubs. I worked for an optometrist. But, 20 years ago, I was wearing dresses and having to buy clothes. I don't know brand names. I have to look up everything. I ended up with a $600 jacket, the last box that I got, that tripled paid for my box just on that one item.
That's crazy. I'm just really intrigued by the mystery box thing. I don't need anything in that box, but the thought of getting a box of stuff in the mail.
It's like Christmas.
To me, that I mean, I definitely couldn't I don't think that I could commit to selling it, but I don't know about y'all. Do you guys feel that way? Like any of you who are live with me, like right now, do you guys feel the excitement inside with the mystery box thing? I'm intrigued by the mystery box thing.
I've bought a couple Coach mystery boxes also. So you pay a flat fee and then they either send you 2 or 3 items, and they are usually very dirty and need to be cleaned. So it's a lot of work to get that to resell. Mm-hmm. The mystery box is usually 99% of the time I don't have to do anything but iron. I take pictures and go.
That is crazy. I love it. Because I think the whole idea of, the reuse, recycle, repurpose. Yes. I'm big on that. And that's why I buy a lot of my stuff. I mean, almost everything I have, I buy used. Everything. Because it's going to go to the landfill if you don't.
Yes. And like those Shein and all those other ones that they don't hold up, let alone resell them. The thrift store is charging the same price as you bought it new. Right. And they're gonna go to the dump first.
I mean, I used to do ThredUp. Mm-hmm. I used to do them and would buy from them, but a lot of their stuff, it wasn't worth the money. And so that's why I went to Poshmark, because I felt like ThredUp, and ThredUp is a consignment-based one, you guys, like online consignment. But I just felt like with them that a lot of times the quality wasn't there, the returns suck. And I've never had that problem on Poshmark, ever had that problem. Do you think, let's talk about audience real quick. How is the audience different on these platforms?
Oh,
they're huge.
It's huge difference. Yeah. The things that I sell on Poshmark on Depop for those prices, I have to lower it quite a bit on Depop. So when I've got something that's like a middle range value, I will put it on Depop and not even try Poshmark. So my higher end stuff, I'll put on Poshmark.
Yeah.
Same with Etsy. The higher end anything goes up on Etsy so that I can charge a little bit more for it.
Right. And then on eBay, is it scrappy?
eBay, yeah. I'm just I'm learning pottery, blown glass, Murano. I watch other resellers to learn what things are. I had no idea what Murano glass was until 2 years ago. So now that I know,
is that the glass that glows?
It's just beautiful, blown glass bowls or swans.
Okay. Does it glow when you put a light on it?
No, that's
what is that? Because I see people doing that all the time in the stores. That drive me crazy.
Uranium glass. Uranium glass.
Okay, yeah. People in Florida, because we have a lot of vintage stores here, they walk around with black lights.
Yeah.
And they shooting at everything. And I'm just
I take one with me just in case, but out here we don't have a lot of that yet in this Bay Area. Ooh. I'm in California.
Yeah. So Marie says, who's in the live chat with us right now, I follow a creator on Facebook that started buying Amazon pallets, and he does unboxing and sells on Facebook and eBay. Have you ever done Facebook live sales with any of your stuff?
I have on the maker stuff and vintage stuff. I am in Terry Burton's virtual home decor marketplace.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the vintage side of that up. And we were doing pretty good. And then I went to Washington and got sick. And now I'll be back on Monday.
Okay. So actually, let's switch gears real quick, because you were in Washington a couple of weeks ago. You were invited by Facebook. Yes. What was that all about?
I'm in part of a group in Meta. It's called the Leaders Network. It's all small businesses that they have in there. It was an invite only. I have no idea how how, but they sent me an invite and I had to go through a whole interview process to get in. So this is the second time I've gone. They invited me to go to Washington, D.C. to talk to my congressperson about the things that are going on online for small businesses. Like a lot of
They probably don't want to talk to me, do they?
We were very trained ahead of time to be on our best behavior if we ever want to come back. Mm-hmm. So
they would come back.
This is my second time. And this time I felt that I was heard more. It was a smaller bunch. From California, we had 10 businesses, where the last time there were 50 businesses from California. So it was a lot. This time was much smaller and it was shorter. It was only 2 days.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you feel like they just want to hear you complain about like Meta and the small business world, I'm assuming, or
they want to know like when we're doing ads, like all the privacy stuff where we don't see the customers, we don't see their information. When we target you, we want to just target these people, and that's where we want to run our ads to. I don't want to run ads to somebody that is not interested in my business. They hate it. I don't want to do it. Yeah. So, it's more of like credit card fees and target ads was really in California what's going on. And they listened. So we'll see if anything happens.
Okay. I hope that works out for Meta. There's a reason I'm live on YouTube right now, not Meta. So I'm mad at them right now because my ads account on that note is owned by somebody else and not me, but I own my business page.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And they won't give me my ads account back. Somebody else has control of it. Not me, and not the owner of the business. So
they don't.
I said, you know what?
They don't want you to spend money with them.
I love YouTube, and that's where we're at right now. We're live on YouTube, so our replay,
When I got monetized on Facebook, it was literally 3 weeks later that they took away the $10,000 and 600,000 minutes viewed. 3 weeks. And then from there, it just tanked. Those 3 weeks were great for ad revenue, but then after that, I haven't even tried anymore.
Yeah, they kind of went to like a bonus structure where you had to like opt into these bonuses, and they told you like, we want you to produce XYZ type content for the next like 13 days or whatever. I did a couple of them last year. I think I made like 17 cents, but I just don't have a big enough following on Facebook because I don't love the platform. I love Facebook groups. So don't get me wrong, you guys. I do love Facebook groups. I think there's an amazing purpose for them, for community and for loving. And, I get all of these amazing, incredible people in my groups, and I do love it. Like, I do love it. I do love it too. Just don't tell anyone, Tawnya, it's great for growing YouTube.
It is.
It's not great.
And I'm thinking Pinterest is too, because that's kind of this last week I've been trying out different pins to see how I can get traffic over to my YouTube.
Yeah. At what point in this resale business did you say to yourself, I can like leave my day job, or, I can make it on my own as a business owner in this resale world?
Actually, when I did quit, it was just, I had to. So I just jumped ship and we made it happen. I was in a different business group. I wasn't taking it seriously until probably a year before COVID really made me take it serious. Mm-hmm. And then I had all these things in place. I had paid off debt. So I knew that if I could quit, I only needed this number per month, and then break that down to per day. How much do I need?
Yeah. That's how we do it, y'all. We break it down. How many sales per day do I need to make to hit my we call it a freedom number. Mm-hmm. And how many sales a day. And it's just easier, because to say that I need to make $4,000 a month suddenly becomes really overwhelming. But when we can break down and make $110 a day, $115 a day, it's a lot more doable. Like, it doesn't feel so overwhelming.
Friday, I had a talk with my husband. I'm like, I need $400 by Monday. So him and I brainstormed. It happened. So I put more on Etsy. I have noticed that the more time you spend in the apps, the better results you get.
That's what I keep telling everybody. It's like, you have to be there every day. It's like a store. You open your door up to your store, and if you don't open the door to your brick and mortar, ain't nobody coming in the door that day.
Yes.
And people don't realize that when they have a website or Etsy or Pinterest, YouTube, etc., you got to be there every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to open the door. You got to like come knock on my door. Like, right. You got to go like ask for business.
Yeah.
Like,
You got to go move around, give some hearts to some people. You just have to. I have noticed, especially the last 2 weeks when I was down with COVID, I didn't do anything. I had some automated stuff to at least schedule, but it wasn't the same as when I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just do that over coffee, and then I do it over lunch, and then I'll do it over dinner. I'll spread it out all day long. So I still get stuff done.
So I'm curious, Tawnya, because you've been in my group since May of 2022. And I looked it up before we went live. And so obviously you had most of your stuff off and running. Why me?
I just connected with you. You're so saucy and spicy, and I love that.
Spicy, out there, just say whatever's on my mind. So you just want to pay every month to get beat up.
Yeah. Well, and I was learning things, and there were some months, especially right in the beginning, it was a lot. And then I shut down. I had some health issues, and I left for a couple of months. And then once I got my head back, I came back.
And we've had that. And I said, and you had told me what was going on. I said, girl, let me know when you're ready again. My door is always open. And I'm a huge fan of people knowing when like I need to step away, because if we don't take care of ourselves first, if we don't take care of our bodies and we don't take care of our minds, then we can't run a business.
Yes.
And if you've got a coach up your ass all day long, that's not helping. With that, like, right. I shouldn't say that. YouTube hates this kind of work. I'm not for YouTube kids. Let's say that. But no, I'm serious. Sometimes I'm kind of stressful.
Yeah. Yeah. And at that time, I just needed, I was on the verge of 3 different surgeries, and I needed to focus, and my business was not on my mind. So I needed to just step back, get my head back.
I came right back in a few months later when life had settled, and I love that. And because really you're a very different creative for me. Like, you're very different. But the reality is sales are sales, showing up is showing up, building a brand is building a brand. And, I see a little pivot in our future. You're going to teach this, because I'm telling you right now, every single person who's joining us live or watching the replay on this is sitting with those 900 bags of IKEA stuff. Like those big blue IKEA bags.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a fan of those. Why? Because I can put stuff in them.
Yes.
I'm going to sell one day.
So I use those to package my shipping stuff and carry those into the post office.
Oh, that's clever. That's clever.
I have one sitting right by my door.
Would you recommend, like, if I'm local and I have all this stuff, and I know everybody here has stuff too, would you recommend, knowing what you know, would you recommend they go donate and call it a day? Go to a consignment shop, rent a booth where they can keep like their own little line of used clothing, or just bite the bullet and do it online?
I would do it online.
Oh, really?
I am on the verge of trying to close my 2 antique booths and just kind of give up painting furniture. My body can't handle it anymore.
It's
and really in this economy, nobody's buying it. I just finished. This is the first piece I've painted for myself. I just finished that one. And
it's a hard business.
It is. And it's changing all the time.
Yeah. No, it's a constant trend. What's on trend? Is it farmhouse? Is it boho? Is it shabby chic? Is it mid-century modern? Like, what's the trend this week? And it's almost impossible to keep up with the trend, because the second you get a bunch of mid-century modern, it's out the door faster than it came in. And now we're on like farmhouse, scrappy, recycled, reclaimed, warehouse, industrial. It just never ends. This is why I had to get out of the business, because it drove me crazy.
Yes.
It drove me crazy.
Well, and then like my numbers even show, like in 2019 and before, I made $8,000 in 2019. Like that was the one booth was my only income. And then 2020, I'm up to $25,000 just from implementing some things and taking it more serious. My mindset had changed. I knew I was going to be quitting sooner than I thought. And so I had to shift that way.
I love this. Midwest Mary in the chat. She's like granny core.
Granny core.
Granny core.
That's what we are right now. We're like that cottage core, granny core. The owls and the brass and the mushrooms.
And it doesn't sell, does it?
It does.
Shut
It's
the
hard to
fuck up.
find. I can't find things once I replace it. So right now my booth is bare.
Everywhere in Florida, girl. You need to come to Florida and bring a U-Haul truck. This
Yeah.
stuff is on the side of the. As soon as somebody dies, our kids roll that stuff out to the curb. I'm telling, they do.
Yes.
You're like another one bites the dust.
Take this stuff. Yeah. No, I found some online estate sales because I can't go to 6 different ones on a weekend. So I started finding online estate sales where I'd bid online and then pick it up on a certain day. So that's part of our routine also, is checking those out.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to say, Tawnya, I know you've had some personal stuff like health stuff and whatnot, but I'm crazy proud of you because I mean, all the stuff that you do, keeping up with social media, keeping up with your listings, like I always see you in the group and the live videos, like trying to take in what you need at that moment to move on. When you're ready to launch that first course, you let me know, girlfriend. I'll help you map it all out. I'll help you build the frameworks of it. Like, let me send me, I'm a PM away. I got this. So.
Well, I was watching your live in the group earlier today, the masterclass, and it was blinging in the back of my head.
Oh, good. Yeah, it should be. It should be, because actually we could blow that up. We could blow that up. Like,
January 1st this year, I was going to show up every day is what I'm doing. Showing up every day. Last year was pretty tough, but this year I'm just showing up.
Yeah. And it really does. There's this amazing book called Be Seen. And not that I want to promote another. Yeah. I wish it was my name over here, but it's not. But there's an amazing book. And it's just so because we see ourselves every day, we don't think about how other people are seeing us. And if we're showing up, being our true, authentic self. And that's something I've struggled with. You guys have seen me struggle with that over the years, is that I always just thought that I had to be like this super conservative, corporate, professional. And the last year, I just don't give a rip anymore. Like, I just you are going to get the true, authentic self. And if you don't like it, then I'm not your Sally. I'm just not your person. I'm not your person. So, because I don't want to have a community of people that I have to walk on eggshells with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And none of you should do that either. Build an audience of people that love you and admire you and support you in your worst of worst and in your best of your best. Because literally building a business is like a marriage. And you have to surround yourself by people that support you.
And positive people.
Yes.
No negativity. And I have no problem banning and blocking. I have thick skin. So I really don't care what you think of me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you all know I'm the same way. I just don't. And the great thing, we have this amazing, in my coaching program, talk about no drama. It's lovely, y'all.
It is.
Yeah. But you also don't have a coach that's full of drama either, and I just don't care. I know I love the Splintered Timbers. No BS in my life.
Yes.
This is not high school. I ain't got time for this. This is our livelihood. This is our job, you don't bring that to the dinner table. That's for sure. So, Tawnya, I'm really excited about your journey. I can see some really big things for you coming in the next year or two.
Thank you.
And I'm going to be on you.
Okay.
And because I really do think that you need a course. And I do think that course could lead into a membership easily. Because there are a lot of people like myself who are sitting on these bags. And, maybe the membership is just I'm just going to sell it to a group of Poshmarkers and I don't know. I'm going to auction off my mystery bags live.
Well, there's some sellers that are doing consignment, and I have thought about it. Poshmark actually interviewed me because they are thinking of doing that as part of their business.
Oh, really?
So that may be coming.
And the thing is part of me is just like, sell a box for $100 and call it a day, knowing they can make 1,000 off of it.
Yeah.
Why not? Just because I can, right?
Yeah.
Painting Crafty says, thanks for sharing your stories. That business model, I didn't think anything about. Like, right, y'all? Like, that's why I wanted to get Tawnya on here, because it is just very different than, but it's still in the creative outlet. It's still, you're still a creative. You're still hustling it. Still
I
making.
have some vintage stuff on there also. So stuff that really doesn't sell in my booth or on Etsy, it's also on Poshmark. So you can do anything on Poshmark.
Yeah, they did. Poshmark expanded out in the home decor like last year. They really did like a big push. I try to stay off that side of it, Tawnya, though, because I'm a major home decor addict, and I've been trying to simplify my life and my stuff. You know what's so weird though? I can get rid of a big giant painting in my house, not even think about it, but I can get rid of a pair of jeans.
There's more emotion in your clothes than your stuff sometimes.
Why is that?
They've helped you through.
I mean, I can't take the jeans with me when I die.
Yeah.
They don't fit anymore. Maybe that's the emotional attachment.
Someday they might.
They don't fit anymore. We have to bless and release.
Yes.
We have to bless and release. What is your Poshmark shop name?
Blue Jay Vintage.
What Blue Jay Vintage.
Vintage.
So you guys, she is Blue Jay Vintage across the board on all platforms.
Oh, Blue Jay Vintage 2. I'm sorry. I forgot. Okay. That one has to be 2.
Yeah, because I do recommend you guys as business owners that you have good thing they don't sell SVG files. My group is knowing that I'm an SVG addict and I don't even have a machine to print them. So Blue Jay Vintage 2 on Poshmark. You guys can just go in and type in Blue Jay Vintage, Poshmark, Blue Jay. You can YouTube where I gave all the links up here. I'll edit it and add your Poshmark link to it as well. So you can have that. Yes, Sylvia, who's in the brick and mortar business, who's in a multi-vendor. She's actually a multi-vendor owner. I say, right, Sylvia, are you like all over this mystery box thing? I don't know, Sylvia, I don't know if that made a light bulb go off for you. She's in my mastermind, and that made a light bulb go off for me. So, and I'm in Florida. I could just stop on the side of the road when somebody dies and put it in a box and sell it as a mystery box.
Yes.
There's so many business opportunities.
Especially when you have something in there that somebody really wants. If they want that one thing, they'll buy the other 9. They'll just buy the whole box.
Interesting. This is like, have you thought about expanding your YouTube into like doing the like unboxing kind of stuff? Because to me, this is like storage wars.
I have. And it's just, I don't know.
Why not?
I always forget.
To Poshmark.
I'm halfway through the box before I even remember, I should be filming this. It's like, that's usually my day.
Can you please, when's your next box arriving?
Probably next week.
Can you do an unboxing for us here on YouTube? Make sure you post inside of my group and do a tag everybody, or at least just tag me, because I want to see what's in these boxes.
Okay.
I don't want to buy it. I don't need any more junk, but I'm actually considering like maybe I just make mystery boxes myself and sell them. Yes. Even Eileen's like, you have to do that for us.
Okay. I will do that.
Like you can even do live on YouTube, and then you're not monetized on YouTube, so it won't matter. But when you're live on YouTube, you don't get to watch it, but at least you're live and you can interact. That's what I love. Like, I love the interaction.
I need to start going live on YouTube to get that community built and interaction. And
yes. Yeah.
Yes.
This is like, I cannot wait tomorrow to send out an email to my email list, driving traffic to this video today, because I think that this is just like, I'm like mind blown.
It's like a sleeper thing that I didn't even really think of, and then the first month when I didn't do anything, I made $600. It's like, okay, I need to look into this a little bit more and keep growing and growing and growing.
Yeah. I'm going to make my kid watch this when we're done and see if he, maybe there's an interest there.
Yeah.
I'll see. Midwest Mary, she's so funny. Hog Wild Design. She's like, I agree. Maybe it will lessen the anxiety of the mystery box.
Yes, if you see what's in it, yes.
Yeah. So I love Leanne. She just popped in. She's like, hey, y'all, babes, I'm going to give y'all replay minutes. Leanne, you got to watch this. We're just finishing up, but Leanne, you have to like on replay. If you guys joined us late, watch on replay. No joke. Like mind blown. Tawnya, I'll get this video edited and get your link on there for Poshmark
Thank you.
as well. You send me any other links you want me to put in here. I can put them all in here. YouTube loves that. Remember, YouTube loves us driving traffic out of their platform. So do that. And yeah, I cannot wait. And you let me know when you're ready for that course/membership. I've got you. We're on this. I'll help you build it out and how to organize it and all of that. I got you.
Love to share. Somebody else shared their knowledge with me, so I would want to pass it on.
For a fee.
Yeah, yes.
Because the reality is you had to go through the trial and tribulations to learn how to use it yourself for your own business. Yeah.
Yes.
There's nothing that hasn't already been done. But it's also to be able to have a person, a connection, a group of people who are trying to do the same thing.
Yes.
Coming together that changes that.
Yes.
Big time. And being able to sell on Evergreen.
True.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You hang tight right here, okay? So you guys, my coaching program, if you're watching this live on replay, my coaching program is open until May 28th. I would love to have you and inspire you. I can't say that I really inspired Tawnya. She just comes and gets knowledge that she needs and takes it, implements, and does it. But I do love the fact that she shows up. Sylvia Davis says she'll sign up for your class. By the way, sign me up. Got you one right there. I got you one right there. Okay. Actually, we get Sylvia together, and then I've got a couple other brick and mortar people like Jill. Oh my God. I mean, we could Sylvia, imagine I just got another big idea. God, I hate this. Tawnya, I hate this when I'm inspired like this, but it's good. Tawnya, hang tight right here. Actually, we're on YouTube. I don't need to do a closing video, do I? When I'm on YouTube. I don't think I need to do a closing video on YouTube, but they don't like that anyways. I'll just put an end card on this later to something else. Okay, YouTube, I love you. Thank you for joining me live. Thank you for the replay. Thank you for your support. Make sure you check out some of our other videos and some of our other amazing creatives to inspire you to start small and grow big, like big, big, big. All righty, you guys. I will see you guys later. Hopefully next week, I'm going to go on a little 5-day retreat away because I've been nonstop for 3 weeks, literally nonstop for 3 weeks. But when I come back, we're going to get this stories from the Nook thing on a regular scheduled program because I'm loving doing these. I'm finding out so much about my creative community that I didn't know. And so it inspires me to keep moving as well. I hope you guys have an amazing night. Thank you for tuning in live. If you're just catching us, make sure you catch the replay so I get the replay hours. Thank you. I appreciate you. And Tawnya, hang tight right there. We'll see you guys later.